Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, Dancing with the Life Force. My name's Trevor Denning. A little bit of history about me. I practice Qigong, Tai Chi. I've done a bit of Tai Chi and same again, I do a little bit of Qigong. I've basically learnt my Qigong and my forms at home here using YouTube and DVDs and books. Well, anyway, like everyone, I suppose, one night I was scanning YouTube and I came across this Canadian gentleman that was making orgone generators, orgonite, and then he was talking about these tensor rings and little coils that he was making to put into the orgonite, and it piqued my interest, so I had a look at a few more different videos and read a little bit. I don't know too much about it, but I thought, oh well, I can't do much now as in going anywhere, so I spend most of the time here at home looking after my wife and caring for my wife, so this gives me something to do. And the other thing being is it just piqued my interest on the energy that this thing's supposed to put out. So I decided, well, I started off buying this little pyramid, and I bought it from a crystal store here in Australia. Probably done by what I've seen now, probably paid too much for it, and it seems to work. So what I did when I was listening to this gentleman from Session Tools, I think he lives in Canada, and he was saying, about using a pendulum and putting intent into your pendulum to see whether these products that you make actually generate the life force, the energy from the tensor fields and from the orgonite or the orgone generators that you make. So I bought a pendulum. I put the intent into it to say to it, clockwise for good energy, counterclockwise for bad, and swing backwards and forwards or whatever for bad energy. So this movement at the moment is just me moving, but there we go. This little pyramid, it's generating energy by this pendulum. It's swinging in the clockwise direction. So that says to me that it's generating energy out of this particular orgonite pyramid. And it's a pretty simple design, this one, and it's only small. So it's rotating in the direction for the energy. So that actually works. So what I did then was I was going to buy some tensor rings, but then I decided, what the hell, it's given me something to do. I'll make one. So, it starts out with copper wire, and there's this copper wire here now, and there's just a plain bit of copper wire. What is it? This one's 16 gauge. And as you can see, it's just stabilising itself there. I'm trying not to move my hand or my arm, but it's pretty hard. But look, that's doing absolutely nothing, it's no energy coming from it because it's a straight bit of wire. Not doing anything there. So anyway, I then decided, well, as I said, I'll have a go at making one of these tensor rings. So that's a made one. This is too waiting to be made. This is I've gone to a thicker wire. I just thought I'd start with a thinner wire to get the hang of doing things and sort of come up in size as I grab more experience. But that is 1 sacred cubit in length. So they say to use this Egyptian cubit measurement to make it work. So then I did that. I put 2 wires together, twisted it, cut it to the sacred cubic length, and then this was the first one I made. Now, I'm not over worried about it not being pretty. What I want it to do is work. So I made this one, and I'll just see what this one does. Already that's starting to move. And away it goes, it's rotating in that clockwise direction, which is the intent that I put into the pendulum when I first got it. And you can see here that there's definitely a lot more energy coming out of the tensor ring than that little pyramid. So as I say, I'm only just starting on this, so as I progress along and do things, I will post up another video sort of thing. So what I can say is that what I'm doing with this one, just out of curiosity, I love this new, well, I wouldn't call it new age music, but this resonant frequency music, 528, 432, and I've been listening to that, and I was listening to that before this, but now what I do is, when I'm listening to the resonant music or the frequency music, is I just put this on my head, set of headphones, and I select music, usually for about an hour, and usually I do that when my wife's laying down in the middle of the day, but she needs to sleep a bit more now. And I put this on with the headphones and put the music on, and it's actually better with this on than it is without it, because I seem to relax into this sort of state where you're between, just like, you're not actually asleep, but you're not actually in the here sort of thing, you're in a like a meditative state, and it seems to work quite well. So what I'm going to do now, because I know this actually works, is I've got these 2 here, and they're made from thicker wire, and I'm going to turn them into tensor rings, and I'm going to put these at the head of our bed just to see if it has an effect on our sleep and that. So the other thing I did was I then made a double wrap. Instead of making a single twist, I did a double twist on the smaller one. And you'll see here, again, I test them to make sure each product, or each piece that I'm making is actually going to work. And that's just starting to rotate now. It's picking up that energy field. And it's rotating in that clockwise direction. So that's generating the power that it needs to show me that it's actually working. So then they make these little coils, and I don't know what they're called. I forget what they're called now. I think they're just a tensor coil. And the same again. There you go, it's starting to show its energy. That's thrown off a bit of energy. These two items are throwing off more than this little orgonite pyramid. This orgonite pyramid's only got a small wrap of copper wire in there. Little fancy bubble ball there with a Tai Chi symbol underneath. Whoever knows what this gold is here or what sort of crystal that is, but what I do is I put that on there I have this in my training area on one of the shelves over there, and this is with that underneath and that little tensor coil, and we'll just get myself into a position here where I'm comfortable, stabilise that. If anything, as I say, I don't know a great deal about this, but to me, this is telling me it works. And as I said, when I'm listening to music and I've got that tensoring on my head, I seem to go into a more relaxed state. And so my view on this particular orgonite pyramid is it's not a great one, because when you see that small tensor ring and the coil separate from this, they seem to be generating more energy than what this is doing at the moment. As I say, it's all new to me, so I'm still while I'm learning. I mean, so that's not what you call a great energy field, but it's working as such. So we'll just put that over there. So the other thing I use this tensor ring for is I drink water, and I will drink water, but the only water I drink comes out of this Mystic copper flask. And the idea behind that is that, you know, when I bought it, they say that the copper, the molecules infuses itself into the water, and it's supposed to help with the arthritis and that, and it's sort of keeping my arthritis at bay at a very controllable level. So what I did was, I was drinking this like that before, but now I put this tensor ring overnight. It sits on the table, and I put this in with a full container, so that's my drinking water for the next day. And what I found is that it's actually putting energy in to this container. And there it goes. So whether it's changing the structure of the water or what, I don't know. But when that copper container is inside that tensor field, it really gets itself going here. Now, while I'm mucking around experimenting and seeing what different things do, I found that after this has been charging overnight, or just charging overnight, I'll just get this stable if I can. Now, I'm not trying to move my arm or rotate this, so every time I speak or move it upsets the thing, so I'll try and keep it as steady as possible. Now, there it goes. And that's without the tensor ring being around it. So somehow, obviously if you've got a copper tube or a copper container, this energy will infuse itself into that and into the water. So there, that's doing that. Now, just to see, out of curiosity, what the water's like, we've got a glass here, just a plain old glass as such. And I'll just hold it here, and it really does nothing. Any movement there now is just from my arm not being totally steady. Sort of sitting there in the middle and it's shaking a little bit, but it's doing nothing else. Now what I'll do is I'll go over and I'll put some tap water in, and we'll just see what the water's like from out of the tap. So here we have plain old tap water. And I live here in Australia, so all our cities have got fluoride in their water, which I believe is not bloody good for you, but it's what we're supplied with, so I'll just get this steady. So any movement there is just that slight movement that's in my body from not being able to hold my arm dead set steady, so nothing there. I'll go and get rid of this and dry the glass. So now we'll go into the water that I drank during the day and whenever. And it's just starting up there now. So there we go. That water's been sitting in that container overnight with the tensor ring around it, and whatever energy that's coming out of that tensor ring in that copper container has transferred into the water and obviously changed the structure of the water. So how it does all that I don't know. There's a lot of sites, as you know, on the internet and on YouTube that will explain all this a lot better, but to me that's working. So, you know, to prove that I'm going to drink this, it's good water. Now, this is supposed to prove that there's energy coming out of there, and I can do it, but I got my wife to try and do it, and she couldn't get it to move at all. But that's obviously, you have to tune these pendulums in, which I did by saying, you know, to myself and giving that thought to it, or the intent that it would rotate if it was good energy to the clockwise direction. If it was bad energy, it would go anti-clockwise, and then if it didn't know what it was doing, or there was nothing, you know, it couldn't make up its mind, sometimes it'll do that. Other times, most times, if there's nothing there, now that's an empty glass again. That's with the water. I just drank that water, as you're seeing. And even if I say to that through my, you know, say, you know, rotate counterclockwise, it's not doing anything. That's just me not being able to hold it still. And once the water's gone out of that glass, no energy. So it all says to me that whatever all the theories behind all this is that it actually works. So I'm going to keep going with it. I'm going to make more of these tensor rings, and I'm going to make my own orgonite, and there'll be another video, but I'm going to use these old insulators. So I'm going to leave it at that, and next time I do a video I'll hopefully we'll have these made, and if I can then show you what's going on with these and that. So I hope you get something out of this, and anyway, look, if you like it, give us a like. If not, well, yeah, whatever, make a comment, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.